This figure doesn't look the best, but she does come with some cool stuff. But she also does have some other issues. Well, at least she has a special face. Anyway, she is pretty interesting, so here we go. This is Sanada Yukimura, a 1/12 action figure from KEEPGOING Studios' Sengoku Goddess line. This is based on the video game Sengoku Basara, I think. Box looks good. Kind of reminds me of an SHF box. Opening up the box. So this is kind of a sample figure provided by Bombusby. Shout out to them. It has already been opened, but I don't think that's an issue. Do check out the links in the description if you'd like to check out some figures, girlies, and mechs and things. Out of the box, she has 2 separate trays which contain most of the accessories. The space is used up quite well. The trays are nice and easy to open, which is good. Here she is. Oh, why'd they make you look like this? Okay, it's not that bad. Overall, she does look good if you just ignore the default face. I mean, it's not bad, it's just not my usual aesthetic. Don't forget to give her one of the ponytail bits. She's mainly red, white, and black-brown, I guess, which look good together. The colors are nicely balanced throughout the figure. She's got darkish brown hair, which looks good, I suppose. It's not the neatest sculpting, but it gets the job done. You can see a tiny bit of her red headband, and she has green eyes, usually. There's also a little necklace thing, with some gold accents. She's got a white top and red sleeveless jacket kind of thing. There are also some other red armor bits and things around her, namely her gauntlet, gloves, skirt armor thing, as well as her armored booties. She does have some light shading, as well as kind of panel lines around her to accentuate the details. Objectively, she looks good as a figure. For articulation, her head turns well. She does have 2 different ponytails. The neutral one may get in the way a little bit, but the dynamic one does work well with her head movements. The ponytails can move around as well. She can nod her head. The jacket collar will get in the way a little bit, even if it is soft plastic. She can tilt her head. She does have separate head and neck movement, kind of. Her necklace is a floaty bit, which sometimes rotates the wrong way and gets a little bit stuck. Her arms raise to the sides well, and they move all the way around. She does have a bit of shoulder movement as well. She can reach forwards this much, and backwards this much. She has a bicep swivel, can be a little bit tight, so be careful. Her double jointed elbows bend well. They bend backwards unnaturally well. Be careful here as well, as you may deform the plastic. Her gauntlets do not rotate, and she has your standard hand movement. One thing to note here is that the jacket will absolutely rub off onto her inner arm, a little bit unsightly. Her jacket, or I guess vest, is a floaty piece which can be taken off. Essentially just pull off her arm at the bicep, and just wriggle it off. Be careful if you're going to do this though, because the left arm is a little bit loose at the bicep joint or elbow. I don't know if this was a result of me taking off the arm and taking off the jacket, or if it was just like this originally. Her torso rotates well. It bends well. She also tilts well. There is no separate hip movement. Her belt and back armor piece is one piece of soft plastic, which is kind of attached to her body. The front and side armor parts are on hinges and can move up and down. Her legs spread to the sides like this. And she kicks forwards and backwards. This is with minimal effort, but you can work with them a little bit more to get more range. Do be careful, as the red armor parts do seem a little bit harder than the rest of the other pieces. So they will absolutely scratch other plastic, for example the thighs. The paint will also rub off here. She has thigh rotation, her knees bend like this. Her knee pads will also kind of dig into her thighs. Her feet move pretty well. And she has a toe bend. Overall articulation is pretty good and she feels really solid. I can literally shake her around and she barely moves. For accessories, she has a whole bunch of stuff. Whew, where do we start? Inside the little red box, she has a stand arm and claw, as well as a flag piece, and a spare eye lollipop thing. She has a stand base, which can double up as storage. She has some metal poles for her flag and weapons. These pieces I believe are for the flag. There's also a little weapon display thing. Otherwise she has 4 faces total. Her default ugly smug face. You can tell I really don't like this face, right? She's got a kinda smirky fun type face. I don't know what to call this. This one does look pretty good and is probably what I'll use as her default face. She has an angry teeth gritted attack type face with super small irises. And finally she has a special face. Very nice. I mean the faces are pretty detailed, so I guess good on them. All of the faces do have eye articulation, so you can use this stick to move the eyes. Adds a whole bunch of playability. Not sure if it's just my copy, but I did find that the eyes sometimes got pulled out with the stick, which did get a little bit annoying. If this does happen to you, with any of your eye movable figures, then just try not to shove the stick in all the way. Alternatively, you could also try sanding down the stick a little bit. Speaking of which, she also has 2 ponytails, which we kind of looked at earlier. So for me, the joints tend to follow the ponytail instead of staying inside the head or the hair. I guess the hole in the head is bigger than the one of the ponytail, if that kind of makes sense. The little peg does seem to be the same on both ends, so I did try sanding one of the ends which connected to the ponytail slightly. It did help a little bit because otherwise the ponytails were super hard to change. For hands, we have a total of 5 pairs. Out of the box, these are stored in the stand base thing. Pretty cool. She has her default fisty hands. She has grabby hands. She has peace or V hands. She's got general holdy hands. These can be used with her sword, her fans I guess, and her pole arms. And her knife. She's also got gun holdy hands. For her guns, of course. And she should be able to hold her sheath with these too. The hands are pretty soft plastic, which makes it quite easy to swap the hands off of the wrists. However, because the plastic is quite soft, her grip might also weaken over time. Here is her sword and sheath. The sword is pretty sturdy, and the sheath is pretty bendy. I think this is a good design choice, so it doesn't scratch the sword, as it is a pretty tight fit. She also has a little knife and sheath. The material feels the same as the sword and sheath as well. There are also spiky things for her poles. She also has 2 fans. All in all, she has a whole lot of stuff. So while she is kind of ugly, she does have a huge amount of playability and accessories. Objectively, she does feel pretty good in hand and is a lot of fun as an action figure. For height, she's just over 16 centimeters, or about 6.5 inches. Here she is next to Dragon Lung, Extrion Nana Hoshikawa, Fiona, Aileen, Izumi Heisei, Modernia, Alice, Freerin and Fern. Shout out once again to Bombasby, otherwise probably wouldn't have reviewed this one. What do you reckon? You like her faces or nah? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.